Here we are, Wrestle Rampage Q&A. And before we get started, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wrestle Rampage. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleRampage. And follow us on Twitter, @WrestleRampage. Now let's get started with the questions.
Do you think the Bellas would be better wrestlers if they went back to developmental?
No. And the reason why is developmental territories are supposed to help you in all aspects of wrestling and entertainment. You got your professional wrestling, you got your promos, you got conduct yourself inside and outside the ring, and honestly, no. The Bellas, they can't wrestle worth a shit. Their promos are shit. They conduct themselves as sluts. John Cena and Bryan Daniels sluts at that. Go ahead.
Why is every WWE superstar one-dimensional?
Every WWE superstar is one-dimensional, and the reason why is they're all trained the same way. They're all trained to be the same way, and they all are trained to be entertainers and not professional wrestlers, and that's the reason why they're all trained to be the same. They're all trained by the same trainers. They're all trained to be the same, and that's the hardship of having a developmental territory too, is you don't have that guy that comes from another part of the country or another part of the world and brings his style into, because they want you to train the WWE way, and it's a boring way, actually.
Thoughts on Wrestling Society X? Did it have potential?
Wrestling Society X used to run on MTV, and I believe it did have potential, but they were doing stuff that was kind of crazy, but MTV's always been doing stuff that are kind of out of this world. I know they had like TLC matches. They had like a death piranha match or some shit like that. Exploding coffin match and all this shit. But you could tell when they did do it, it was kind of like they had the special effects shit and everything. Did it have potential? Yes. And they had a lot of stars there too. They had X-Pac and Just Incredible and Judas Macias, you know, and they had future stars of the WWE, and as they had Tyler Black, which eventually would become Seth Rollins, and they had Matt Sydal, who was Evan Bourne. You know, they had Joey Ryan. So I mean, you know, they did have some talent, and they had some really good to get over with. So, but too bad it only lasted for one season. If they would have not done some of the special effects and stuff, it might have been better.
Could the Great Khali be a main eventer again? Main event player again?
Main event player again? No. And here's the reason why, and this is where WWE fucked up big time. When the Great Khali first debuted, who was the first person he went after, if anybody remembers? It was The Undertaker. And nobody's seen this motherfucker except for when he was on, what was that movie? The Longest Yard? Nobody's seen this motherfucker except for that part. Okay? And he comes in and fucking demolishes The Undertaker. This big motherfucker. You know, over 7 feet tall. You know, he's, 400 pounds and some? You know, made him a fucking monster. But then, as the years slowly go down, I mean, he was a world champion at one time, but people don't really remember that because of the way that his career is now, or the way his career went downhill. You know, that you have him doing the kiss cam and being the Punjabi playboy and all this shit. It's fucking stupid. You know, you fucking made this monster into nothing but a piece of shit now. So, I don't think he could be a main event player anymore because people's got to remember him as the playboy or as the moron that did the kiss cam.
Is the Southern crowd the worst WWE crowds?
No. Actually, it's a trick question. Yes, because WWE crowds. You gotta remember, WWE came from Connecticut, which is in the northern part of America. For some people that doesn't know that. Now, here in the South, as people like to call it, we do know what real wrestling is all about. And you know, if you grew up in the South, you grew up on Southern wrestling, Memphis wrestling, you know, all sorts of you know, the NWA. You know, you grew up on that stuff. Well, the thing is, we don't take bullshit that WWE feeds people. You know, maybe them New York Yankee crowds do, I guess. But, you know, we know what real wrestling's about, and when you give us some shit to do, we're gonna fucking fuck your shit up. It's stupid. Look at WWE now, it's just fucking retarded. But if you tell that to a Northern fan, he might enjoy that. I don't know.
How should championships be used in wrestling?
Championships should be used as milestones, as something to look forward to, as something to, you know, boost up your level of success. But nowadays, they use it as to get somebody over, like Brock Lesnar or The Rock. You gotta give them championships, and they're part timers. You know, they shouldn't even be there. You know, you just give championships away to people just to try to boost their prestige as being a champion when they don't deserve it. You know, you give the championship to, you know, let's say The Miz. You know, somebody else should have rather deserved that more. Maybe Dolph Ziggler, of course.
Why does WWE treat Damien Sandow like a joke?
I don't know why, but they do. And it's bullshit. Having him dressing up in certain outfits and coming out and doing promos and shit, it's stupid. You know, you have this fucking talented wrestler who's worked his ass off to get where he is, to become a WWE superstar, and all you do is you fucking bury him. Like right now, he's the stunt double for The Miz, calling himself Damien Mizdow or some shit. That's fucking stupid. It is. I don't know why they're burying. I don't know the reason behind it, but they need to quit and try to boost this guy up, make him Intercontinental Champion.
What's the point of having The Miz beat Dolph Ziggler at Night of Champions and drop the IC title back to Ziggler on Raw?
That's where WWE messes up again. And I don't know why they did that. It was stupid, because you had you know, The Miz you know, be the Intercontinental Champion, and he lost the championship to you know, Dolph Ziggler, and he had the title for, like, I think a month or something. And at Night of Champions, The Miz beats him for the Intercontinental Championship, just to turn around and drop the IC title back to him on the next night on Raw. Don't know why it was, but it's fucking a stupid move. You should have just kept Dolph Ziggler as a champion. One day title reigns are stupid, and you shouldn't be able, you know, there's no reason to have a title for a day. It really isn't. And, you know, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And before I go, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, at facebook.com/WrestleRampage. Follow us on Twitter at WrestleRampage. And if there's any questions or comments or suggestions or ideas, just shoot it to us through any of our social media sites. And, you know, just let us know how we're doing. Actually, we have some discussions / debates that we're going to be doing. Check those out, see if you like those, and give us any more ideas. Thank you for watching.